What are the odds of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? Now, what are the odds of being in the worst possible place at the worst possible time twice? This is the story of a man who stood at the epicenter of history's most terrifying moments. A man who looked up and saw the sun fall out of the sky and lived to tell the tale. This is the almost unbelievable story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man who survived 2 atomic bombs. Our story begins in the summer of 1945. The world is at war. 29-year-old Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a skilled engineer for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, is on a routine 3-month business trip. His destination, Hiroshima. His mission was to design oil tankers, a critical role in Japan's war effort. By August, his assignment was complete. He missed his home, his wife Hisako, and their infant son, Katsutoshi. August 6th was supposed to be his last day in the city. He and his colleagues were preparing to travel back home, to their city, Nagasaki. That morning, Yamaguchi realized he had forgotten his hanko, his personal seal, an essential tool for signing documents in Japan. He headed back to his workplace to retrieve it. It was a simple, mundane errand that would irrevocably alter the course of his life. As he walked through the city, he glanced up and saw a lone American B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay, soaring high in the clear blue sky. He watched as a small object fell from its belly. He was just under 2 miles from the hypercenter. He heard no explosion, no bang. Just a silent, blinding flash of light. He described it as a great flash in the sky, like a magnesium flare. He had just enough time to dive into a nearby ditch. In that instant, the world turned to white-hot fire and crushing force. The shockwave shattered his eardrums and launched him into the air. He landed in a potato patch, unconscious. The city he had known just moments before was gone, replaced by a monstrous mushroom cloud of fire, dust, and death churning its way into the heavens. When Yamaguchi awoke, the world was dark, the sun blotted out by the mushroom cloud. He was badly burned on his left side, his hair was gone, and his eardrums were ruptured. Disoriented and in agony, he wandered through the ruins. He was surrounded by what he would later call walking ghosts. Survivors, horribly burned, their skin hanging off them in sheets, moving in an eerie silence. He eventually found his 2 colleagues who had also miraculously survived. They spent the night in an air raid shelter, listening to the sounds of a dying city. The next day, against all logic, against all reason, Yamaguchi was determined to go home. Home to Nagasaki. He navigated the nightmarish landscape of a city turned to ash, stepping over bodies and debris to reach a train station that was somehow still functioning. He boarded a train packed with the burned, the wounded, and the dying. The journey was a slow, agonizing crawl through a devastated landscape. For 2 days, he traveled in this mobile infirmary of ghosts, his wounds festering, his body racked with fever. He arrived in Nagasaki on August 8th and limped to his home. When his wife Hisako saw him, she barely recognized the bandaged, burned figure standing before her. He was a ghost who had returned from a city of the dead. Despite his severe injuries, on August 9th, Tsutomu Yamaguchi dragged himself out of bed and reported for work. He had to tell his superiors what he had witnessed. He walked into the Mitsubishi office and stood before his director, explaining the unbelievable event, how a single bomb had obliterated an entire city. His director was incredulous, accusing him of being mad. "A single bomb," he scoffed. "That's impossible." Yamaguchi recalled, "I was trying to explain to him what happened, and at that exact moment, at 11:02 a.m., as his boss dismissed his story as fantasy, the world outside the window turned white once more. A brilliant, silent flash. The American bomber Obscura had just dropped the Fat Man plutonium bomb over Nagasaki. Yamaguchi was again less than 2 miles from the hypercenter. The force of the blast ripped through the office. This time, he was unhurt by the initial explosion, protected by the reinforced concrete of the Mitsubishi building. He scrambled through the rubble and raced back to his home, fearing the absolute worst. He found his wife and child in a damaged but still standing section of their house. Miraculously, they had been out looking for burn ointment for him, and when the blast hit, they had taken cover in a tunnel, saving their lives. The bomb, which had been intended for the city center, had detonated over the Urakami Valley, slightly off course, which spared the city's port, and with it, the Yamaguchi family. Twice in 3 days, Tsutomu Yamaguchi had stood at ground zero of a nuclear apocalypse. Twice, he had survived. In the following weeks, his double dose of radiation took its toll. His hair fell out again, his wounds turned gangrenous, and he suffered from a high fever. But he did not die. He endured. He was living proof of the unthinkable. For years, Yamaguchi kept his story quiet. He was just one of the Hibakusha, the explosion-affected people. His experience was so unique, so unbelievable, that he rarely spoke of it. But as he grew older, and as he watched the world build more and more of the weapons that had so nearly claimed his life, he knew he could not remain silent. In his final years, he became a powerful voice for nuclear disarmament. In 2006, he addressed the United Nations. He spoke not with anger, but with a profound and urgent plea for peace. He said, "The reason that I hate the atomic bomb is because of what it does to the dignity of human beings." Tsutomu Yamaguchi died of stomach cancer in 2010 at the age of 93. He left behind a legacy not of victimhood, but of incredible resilience. His story is a chilling reminder of humanity's capacity for self-destruction, but it is also a powerful testament to the strength of a single human spirit to endure the unendurable. He was a man who saw the sun fall from the sky twice, and who spent the rest of his life trying to make sure no one would ever see it again. The story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi is a history that deserves to be remembered. There are countless such stories of survival, tragedy, and resilience that remain hidden in the pages of the past. If you want to help us bring more of these incredible narratives to light, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Your support helps us tell the stories that matter. Thank you for watching.